Hi, this is Rena from thecheesethief.com, and today I'm just going to do a quick tips tutorial on the sensationail gel nail polish lamp. And it's not really for this particular brand, it's for any gel polish. I bought this a few months ago and I was not very good at it, and then in the beginning my nail polish looked good, but then it started to chip really fast. Like after 2 to 3 days it would start peeling, and I couldn't figure out why until I experimented a little. So I just wanted to show you my tips and tricks on how I get my gel polish. It still doesn't quite last 2 weeks, it'll last a week and a half, but still a lot better than the couple of days where it start peeling. So I'm just gonna start by showing you the products that I use and how to prep my nails. I have to admit, when I first got the kit I was doing a lot of prepping, but then I got lazy and I stopped, and then now I realized it was all my prep that I didn't do. So first I take a towel, and I actually put sunblock on my hands beforehand, but I'm going to take a towel, and then this is alcohol. So this is just rubbing alcohol, and I'm just going to clean my nails with the alcohol. So tip number one, and I have a previous video about that, put sunblock on your hands, because this is the UV light. Even though it's LED, it is still UV light. You can read about it. LED does not mean it's not UV. LED is the type of light bulb. UV is the type of waves of the light. So LED, and even though they call it a UV lamp, it's still, versus an LED lamp, they both produce UV light. So I cleaned my nails with alcohol. And another thing that I do too is I clean not only with alcohol, then I take acetone and I dry out my nails. So tip number one, and I have a previous video about that, put sunblock on your hands, because this is the UV light. Even though it's LED, it is still UV light. You can read about it. LED does not mean it's not UV. LED is the type of light bulb. UV is the type of waves of the light. So LED, and even though they call it a UV lamp, it's still, versus an LED lamp, they both produce UV light. So I cleaned my nails with alcohol. And another thing that I do too is I clean not only with alcohol, then I take acetone and I dry out my nails, because I think my nails are too moist, or there's too much oils in it or something like that. So I actually just go through and I have to dry out my nails with acetone too. And I try not to get on my cuticles, because it does really dry out your cuticles. But so now my nails are pretty clean, and I don't buff it or anything because I don't think that's necessary for me. It didn't really help when I did or I didn't, but those two steps really helped. And then now I do apply this gel primer, and initially when I first got the kit I was using it, and then I stopped using it, but now I do use it, because I do find that this helps a lot. And I actually only apply it to the tips of my nails. So you see I'm not applying it all the way to the bottom, just the tips, because that's where it actually starts peeling the most. And then if you only do it to the tips, then you can remove the gel polish easier. And I actually got some of this table. Okay, and I'm just using a towel, lint-free towel. Well, it's not really lint-free, but it's a towel that's been washed a lot of times, so there's not too much lint on it. You can use those little lint-free towels that come with this kit also. So now you're just going to wait a little bit for the primer to dry, and then after the primer is dry, I actually bought a new one. So I bought this new gel polish called Mi Amor. This is sensationail. I have used other brands, like the gel, I don't know how to pronounce it. What is this brand? Gelase, the China glaze one. Those work fine too, and the red carpet ones work fine too. I just usually buy whatever color I like and wherever there's a good sale. So these were actually 75% off at Rite Aid. So if you have a Rite Aid near you, you can check it out. So another tip, let me show you how. And I'm not the best at painting nails, so I don't claim to be an expert like the nail tutorials that you see. But one thing that I do know especially with gel polish, is that you do not want to get any on your skin. And how you can accomplish that, let me show you on my next nail, but because I started this one without talking. How you accomplish that is you get polish on your nail, and then do not start at your cuticle. Start like a little higher than your cuticle and push down. Do you see what I did? So then you don't hit your cuticles. So I'm just starting there, and I just push down a little, but I never start like right at my cuticle line. And that helps so you don't get nail polish on your cuticle. So let me show you that one more time. So you see there's a thick glob over there, and then I'm just going to start above my cuticle. I'm just going to push the brush down just a little. And the nice thing about gel polish is that it doesn't dry until it's cured, so you can kind of go over it multiple times. Another thing about gel polish, you do want to do thin coats. So just applying to my last finger. Oh, and one other thing that I forgot to do. I am going to put primer. I forgot to put on this right thumb. I'm going to put it on my right thumb. Oops. I'm just putting primer on my right thumb. There. So I put primer on my right thumb. I'm going to close the cap of this. Oh. I'm going to wait for this to dry. Just wait for my thumb to dry, and then once my thumb is dry, I'm gonna put polish on my thumb too, my right thumb. So I worked on my left hand, and then I'm doing my right thumb. And this is a little nifty little trick my friend showed me, and you'll see why this is pretty awesome. Okay, so you see, I'm going to zoom out now. So I painted my hands like this, right? But I didn't use my lamp yet. The reason I do it is so that I can stick these fingers in the lamp. If you wanted to stick these fingers in the lamp, it'll be really tight. So when you do it like this, you can actually get 5 fingers in there, and you don't have to do it like 3 different sets of times, like 4 fingers, and thumbs. Some people do it like that, like this, and like that. But because if you do it like that, then you can stick it in, and then just turn on the light and wait for it to cure. So I cured my first coat, and now I'm going to do 2 more coats, curing in between each coat, and then do my top coat. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm done with my 3rd coat, and now I'm just going to use a top coat. You can use whichever top coat you have. I have the sensationail one or this China glaze one. They both work the same, so I'm just going to use this China glaze gel top coat. Okay, so my clear coat is on, or my top clear coat is on, and now I'm just going to take my towel and then put some alcohol. So this is just rubbing alcohol, and you can just use the gel cleanser if you want, but if you run out of gel cleanser, this rubbing alcohol is a lot cheaper to replace than the gel cleanser. And this is just to remove the sticky coat off of the top of your gel polish. And you always have to use a clear coat on top of your gel polish. You cannot just put the color on and get away with not putting a clear coat on, because if you do that and you start rubbing, you're going to rub off color, and you'll see that. So you see my nails are there, and I'm just going to work on my other hand and then just be back for this final summary. So I finished both sides of my nails, and you can see that it is shiny and dry, and I just love the way gel polish just dries so fast. So you can just go and do whatever you want now. So I hope you enjoyed these tips, and let me know if you have any tips of your own. I did want to mention that the capping, I mentioned that the capping didn't work for me, but I'm sure if you did it right, the capping would help, but I can never get it right. So if you wanted to try to cap your nails, you can try to do that. But let me know if these tips actually helped your gel polish not peel, because doing this actually has significantly improved the life longevity of my gel nails, and I do love the way they look and how they hold up. So I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and stay tuned for my next tutorial. Until next time, bye now.